Subarus are known for reliability, right? Boxer engines that last forever. All-wheel drive you can trust. Cars that hit 200,000 miles without breaking a sweat. But here's what nobody tells you. Subaru has made some seriously questionable design decisions over the years that absolutely destroy reliability. I'm not talking about minor annoyances. I'm talking about features and design choices that lead to catastrophic engine failures, transmission replacements, and repair bills that cost more than the car is worth. And the worst part? Some of these problems are still showing up in brand new Subarus rolling off the lot today. We're going to expose 15 features, components, and design flaws that Subaru owners need to know about before it's too late. Some of these you can avoid by choosing the right model year. Others you need to monitor constantly if you already own the car. Whether you're thinking about buying a Subaru or you already own one, this video could save you thousands of dollars and a whole lot of headaches. So stick around because what we're about to reveal will change how you think about Subaru reliability forever. Let's get started. Dangerous feature. Number 1. The EJ25 head gasket design. Let's start with the most notorious Subaru problem of all time, the EJ25 head gasket failure. If you own a Subaru built between 1996 and 2011 with the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, you probably already know about this. The EJ25 engine uses a horizontally opposed boxer design, but Subaru made a critical mistake with the head gasket material. They used a multi-layer steel gasket with graphite coating that breaks down over time, especially when exposed to coolant passages. Around 80,000 to 120,000 miles, the head gaskets start to fail. You'll see external coolant leaks first, usually from the bottom of the engine, then oil leaking externally too. But sometimes the gasket fails internally. That means coolant gets into the combustion chamber or oil passages, white smoke from the exhaust, overheating, and potentially catastrophic engine damage. Replacing head gaskets on a Subaru. $2,000 to $3,000 minimum, and if you don't catch it early, you could be looking at a full engine replacement for $5,000 to $8,000. This problem affected millions of Subarus. Foresters, Outbacks, Imprezas, Legacies. If it had the naturally aspirated EJ25, it was a ticking time bomb. Subaru finally fixed this with the FB series engines starting around 2011 to 2012. But if you're shopping for a used Subaru from the 2000s, this is the single biggest red flag to watch for. Dangerous feature. Number 2. CVT transmission failures. Subaru started putting CVT transmissions in their cars around 2010, and it's been a disaster ever since. CVTs, or continuously variable transmissions, use a belt and pulley system instead of traditional gears. They're supposed to be smooth and fuel efficient, but Subaru's CVTs have been failing at alarming rates. The CVT belt runs under enormous tension. Over time, especially under heavy loads like towing or aggressive driving, the belt starts to slip. Once it starts slipping, it overheats the transmission fluid, which accelerates wear. Common symptoms include shuddering or jerking during acceleration, whining or grinding noises, delayed response when you press the gas, and eventually, total transmission failure. This affects 2010 to 2018 models especially hard. Foresters, Outbacks, Crosstreks, Legacies, the CVT failures are widespread. And here's the kicker. Replacing a CVT costs $4,000 to $7,000. That's often more than the car is worth at that mileage. Subaru issued extended warranties for some model years, but not all. If you're buying a used Subaru with a CVT, get a pre-purchase inspection specifically focused on the transmission. And if you own one, change the CVT fluid every 60,000 miles religiously. Dangerous feature number 3, the ringland failure in turbo models. If you drive a WRX or WRX STI, this one's for you. Subaru's turbocharged EJ25 engines, especially in the 2008 to 2014 WRX and STI, are prone to a catastrophic failure called ringland failure. The piston has thin sections of metal called ringlands that separate the ring grooves. Under high boost and detonation, these thin sections can crack and break off. Once a ringland fails, you lose compression in that cylinder. The engine starts misfiring, running rough, and blowing smoke. At that point, you need a full engine rebuild. What causes it? Running low-octane fuel in an engine that requires premium, aggressive tuning without proper modifications, detonation from carbon buildup, and lean air-fuel ratios from boost leaks. The problem is, Subaru's EJ25 turbo engine has very thin ringlands compared to other turbo engines. It's a weak design that can't handle much abuse. Engine rebuild? $5,000 to $10,000 depending on what else is damaged. If you own a WRX or STI, always use premium fuel, keep up with maintenance, and if you modify the car, do it right with a proper tune. Dangerous feature number 4, rear wheel bearing failures. Here's one that affects nearly every Subaru ever made: premature rear wheel bearing failures. Subaru's rear wheel bearings don't last as long as they should. We're talking failures at 60,000 to 80,000 miles in many cases. Symptoms include humming or roaring noise from the rear that increases with speed, vibration through the seat, and uneven tire wear. Why does this happen? Subaru's AWD system puts constant load on the rear bearings, and the bearing design just isn't robust enough to handle it long term. Replacing rear wheel bearings costs $400 to $600 per side, so if both go bad around the same time, you're looking at $1,000 in repairs. Dangerous feature number 5, oil consumption issues. Here's a problem that's plagued Subarus for years: excessive oil consumption. The 2011 to 2015 models with the FB25 engine, Forester, Outback, Impreza, Crosstrek, drink oil like crazy. We're talking a quart every 1,000 miles or less. The problem? Piston ring design. Subaru used low-tension piston rings to reduce friction and improve fuel economy, but those rings don't seal properly, allowing oil to get past them and burn in the combustion chamber. If you don't check your oil constantly and keep it topped off, you'll run low and risk engine damage. Subaru issued a warranty extension for this problem, but only up to 8 years or 100,000 miles. If you're outside that window, you're on your own. The fix? Replace the short block, which costs $4,000 to $6,000. If you own one of these models, check your oil every 500 to 1,000 miles. Seriously, it could save your engine. Dangerous feature number 6, the timing belt that you forget about. Older Subarus with the EJ engines use timing belts instead of timing chain. Timing belts need to be replaced every 60,000 to 100,000 miles depending on the model. If you forget or ignore it, the belt can snap. And on most Subaru engines, they're interference engines. That means if the timing belt breaks while the engine is running, the pistons smash into the valves. The result? Bent valves, damaged pistons, possibly a destroyed cylinder head. You're looking at $3,000 to $5,000 in repairs minimum. This affects pre-2013 models mostly, before Subaru switched to timing chains in the FB series engines. If you own an older Subaru, check when the timing belt was last replaced. If it's been more than 100,000 miles or 10 years, replace it immediately. Don't gamble. Dangerous feature. Number 7, airbag and Takata recall issues. This one isn't unique to Subaru, but it's affected millions of Subaru owners. Between 2000 and 2016, Subaru used Takata airbags in many of their vehicles. These airbags have a defect that causes the inflator to explode violently when deployed, sending metal shrapnel into the cabin. People have died from this. Subaru issued massive recalls, but not all affected cars have been fixed yet. If you own a Subaru from this era, check if your VIN is part of the recall. If it is, get it fixed immediately. Dealerships will do the repair for free. This is a legitimate safety hazard that can kill you in an accident. Don't ignore it. Dangerous feature number 8, rusting subframes and brake lines. If you live in the Rust Belt, this one's a killer. Subarus are notorious for rusting in critical areas, specifically rear subframes, brake lines, fuel lines, and rocker panels. The problem is Subaru's rust protection just isn't good enough for harsh winter climates. Salt eats through the undercoating, and structural components get compromised. Rusted brake lines can fail, leading to total brake failure. Rusted subframes can crack, affecting suspension mounting points. I've seen Subarus that look clean on the outside but are rotting away underneath. If you live in a snowy area, get your Subaru undercoated with a quality rust protection product and inspect the undercarriage every year for rust. Dangerous feature number 9, faulty fuel pump relays. Here's a sneaky one that can leave you stranded: faulty fuel pump relays. This affects mostly 2000s era Subarus. The fuel pump relay can fail without warning. When it fails, the fuel pump doesn't get power. The engine cranks but won't start. The relay itself costs $20. But if it fails while you're on the highway or in the middle of nowhere, you're paying for a tow and a diagnosis. The fix is simple. Carry a spare relay in your glove box. If your car won't start, swap the relay and see if that fixes it. Dangerous feature number 10, turbo failures in performance models. Subaru's turbos, especially in the 2008 to 2014 WRX and 2004 to 2007 STI, have a nasty habit of failing prematurely. The problem? Oil starvation and coking. If you shut down a turbocharged engine immediately after hard driving, the oil in the turbo stops flowing, but the turbo is still extremely hot. That heat bakes the oil into hard carbon deposits, clogging the turbo's oil passages. Over time, this restricts oil flow to the turbo bearings, causing them to wear out and fail. Symptoms include whining or squealing from the turbo, loss of boost, blue smoke from the exhaust, and metal shavings in the oil. Replacing a turbo? $1,500 to $3,000. The fix is simple. After hard driving, let the car idle for 30 to 60 seconds before shutting it down. This allows the turbo to cool and keeps oil flowing. Dangerous feature number 11, leaking PCV valves, causing engine damage. The PCV valve, or positive crankcase ventilation valve, is a small but critical component. On Subarus, especially the turbocharged models, the PCV valve can clog or fail, causing pressure to build up in the crankcase. That pressure forces oil past seals, leading to oil leaks from the valve covers, oil leaks from the rear main seal, and oil getting into the intake system. In turbocharged models, a failed PCV can cause oil to get sucked into the turbo and burned, leading to smoke and poor performance. The valve itself is cheap, $20 to $50, but if you ignore it, you'll end up with expensive oil leaks and potential turbo damage. Check and replace your PCV valve every 50,000 miles as preventive maintenance. Dangerous feature. Number 12, failing alternators in high mileage models. Subaru alternators have a reputation for failing earlier than expected, especially in 2010 to 2015 models. The symptoms are obvious: dimming lights, battery warning light on the dash, electrical accessories acting weird, and dead battery. Once an alternator fails, your car runs on battery power alone until the battery dies. Then you're stranded. Replacing an alternator costs $500 to $800. The problem seems to be related to poor voltage regulator design in certain model years. If your battery warning light comes on, get the alternator tested immediately. Dangerous feature number 13, cracked exhaust manifolds. On turbocharged Subarus, especially the WRX and STI, the exhaust manifold is a common failure point. The manifold is made of cast iron, gets incredibly hot. Over time, cracks develop. When the manifold cracks, you get exhaust leaks, loss of boost pressure, loud ticking or hissing noise from the engine bay, and failed emissions tests. Aftermarket solutions exist, like equal-length headers, but they're expensive. A quality header setup can run $1,000 to $2,000 installed. This is more common on older WRXs and STIs. Dangerous feature. Number 14. Automatic transmission. Cooler lines leaking. This affects older automatic transmission Subarus, not CVT. The transmission cooler lines can develop leaks at the connection. When this happens, transmission fluid leaks out. If you don't catch it, the transmission runs low on fluid, overheats, and fails. Symptoms include fluid puddles under the car, rough or delayed shifting, and transmission slipping. Check your transmission fluid level regularly. If it's low, find the leak and fix it before you cook the transmission. Replacing cooler lines is cheap, $100 to $200. Replacing a transmission, $3,000 to $5,000. Dangerous feature number 15. Eyesight system failures and false warnings. Subaru's Eyesight driver assistance system is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's a nightmare. The eyesight cameras mounted behind the windshield are prone to false warnings, random deactivations, malfunctioning in rain or fog, and getting confused by shadows or road debris. When eyesight fails, you lose features like adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, and lane keep assist. And here's the worst part. Fixing eyesight is expensive. Camera replacements, calibrations, and software updates can cost $1,000 to $2,000. Plus, if a chip in your windshield damages the eyesight cameras, your windshield replacement just went from $300 to $1,500 because the system needs recalibration. If you're buying a Subaru with eyesight, budget for potential repairs down the line. The bottom line, Subarus are great cars when they're working right, but these 15 features and design flaws are serious reliability killers. Some of these problems, like head gaskets and CVT failures, affect hundreds of thousands of cars. Others, like turbo failures and ringland cracks, mostly affect performance models. But they all have one thing in common. They're expensive, often catastrophic, and in many cases preventable if you know what to watch for. If you're shopping for a used Subaru, avoid the problem years. If you already own one, stay on top of maintenance and monitor these known weak points. Your Subaru can last 200,000 miles or more, but only if you're aware of these issues and address them before they destroy your engine or transmission. Knowledge is your best defense. Understanding these common failure points allows you to catch problems early, budget for repairs, or avoid problematic models altogether. Don't let these issues catch you off guard and leave you with a repair bill bigger than your car payment. If you found this video helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.